You wake up with blood on your pillow, not a little spot, enough to make you sit up and check your face with both hands. Your nose is clean, your lips are fine. Then your tongue finds a soft, ragged hole on the inside of your cheek. You bit through it in your sleep, hard too, but you never woke up. You didn't even roll over. It didn't hurt. On the way to the bathroom, you catch your little toe on the door frame. There is still an impact. You feel wood hit bone. What never arrives is the white flash that usually makes you hop around and quietly threaten the door. In the kitchen, boiling water splashes across 2 fingers. It feels hot, but not urgent. You finish pouring the coffee before noticing the skin has started to blister. This should worry you. For the first few hours, it doesn't. The headache behind your eyes is gone. So is the old complaint in your knee and the knot in your lower back. You go for a run, your lungs work harder, your legs grow heavy, but nothing hurts. For once, your body has stopped arguing with you. Everyone else woke up the same way. Overnight, the whole species lost physical pain. We can still feel touch, pressure, warmth, and cold. A handshake feels like a handshake. A cold breeze still raises goosebumps. Damage just doesn't come with the part that makes you yell. Naturally, we celebrate. Dentists have the calmest week of their careers. Gym memberships jump, marathon websites crash. People throw away painkillers and post videos of themselves stepping barefoot on Lego. For a brief, stupid moment, humanity thinks it has removed one of the worst parts of being alive. Then a man walks on a fractured ankle for 3 days. It feels stiff, so he keeps using it. When somebody finally notices the swelling, the broken pieces have shifted. An injury that once meant a boot and several dull weeks now needs screws, a surgeon, and an awkward conversation about why he didn't stop. He didn't stop because nothing told him to. Similar stories begin turning up everywhere. A woman rests her palm on a hot pan while reaching for a spatula. The smell gets her attention first. A runner finishes 12 miles with a pebble trapped inside his shoe. When he pulls it off, the back of his heel is open. Neither person was being unusually reckless. These were ordinary mistakes that pain used to correct before they became serious. Touch a hot surface and your hand is already moving before you understand why. Step on something sharp and your weight leaves that foot immediately. Pain has been interrupting you all your life, usually without thanks. It ruins the moment because saving the moment was never its job. Now every small mistake is allowed to continue. People begin checking themselves the way pilots check an aircraft. Hands, feet, tongue, skin. You inspect the parts you can see and press the parts you can't, hoping something feels different. A bruise is no longer a memory of bumping into a table. It is evidence from an event you may not have noticed. There is one obvious problem with inspecting your own body. Most of it is on the inside. One evening, a man eats dinner with his wife and watches half a movie before falling asleep on the sofa. He feels normal. His appendix has been inflamed for 2 days. In the old world, the pain would have become difficult, then frightening, then impossible to ignore. It would have driven him to a hospital while he was still complaining about the parking. Instead, he goes to bed. By morning, the appendix has ruptured. Doctors start seeing more cases like his. The hospitals aren't quieter. Patients simply arrive later and in worse condition. An infected tooth has no flashing light. Neither does an ulcer or internal bleeding. Pain was often the first message, sometimes the only useful one, that something needed attention. It was unpleasant because a polite warning would be easy to postpone. Without pain, the phrase "I feel fine" stops meaning very much. The adults struggle. The children are harder. A toddler doesn't understand tissue damage. She understands that the stove hurt last time. A boy doesn't know what a ligament is. He knows that landing badly made his ankle scream, so next time he slows down, pain teaches before language can. The lesson is crude, but it sticks. Take it away, and a child can lean against a radiator because the warmth feels interesting. He can jump from a wall, fracture a bone, and try again 10 minutes later. Children chew their lips, bite their fingers, and keep running after the skin on their feet has split. Their bodies have limits, but those limits no longer make themselves known. Parents turn into full-time damage inspectors. A trip to the playground ends with a head-to-toe examination in the car. Bath time becomes a search for bruises, swelling, and cuts. You can explain danger to a child, but explanation has never been famous for beating curiosity. Even adults begin treating their bodies differently. Professional sport changes almost at once. A sprinter finishes a race on a stress fracture. A boxer keeps fighting after his hand breaks. A football player takes a hit that once would have ended his night, gets up, and asks for the next play. The crowd loves it. The medical staff staring at the monitors. Do not for a while. Records fall. Then careers get shorter. Pain wasn't the thing limiting the athletes, it was reporting the limit. Muscles still tear, joints still grind down, bones still break. The scoreboard just keeps running while it happens. Employers notice this too. A sore back used to make a worker slow down. Repetitive strain used to force a break. Now there is no complaint, which makes it convenient to pretend there is no injury. The phrase "it doesn't hurt" becomes a reason to continue. Construction crews work longer. Factory staff repeat the same movement until tendons fail. Soldiers remain on their feet with wounds they haven't seen. The human body hasn't become tougher. Its alarm has been unplugged, and some people find that useful. Eventually, we build another alarm. Watches monitor heart rhythm, joint stress, and skin temperature. Shoes notice when you shift your weight around a damaged foot. Bathroom mirrors scan for swelling and discoloration. Kitchen counters complain when a hand has been near the heat for too long. Your phone buzzes during lunch. Unusual pressure detected in left foot. Possible fracture. You look down. The foot looks fine. It also feels fine, which is now completely useless information. Humanity spends billions recreating the warning system it once received at birth. Machines tell us when to drop the hot object, rest the leg, check the wound, or visit a hospital. We reinvent pain as a push notification, somehow choosing the one kind of warning humans are especially good at ignoring. Some people ignore every alert. Others believe all of them. The first group becomes reckless. They lift more, jump farther, and keep going because the cost is hidden. The second group checks constantly. A red mark on the arm could be harmless. It could be the start of an infection. There is no sensation to help decide. So the scanner comes out again. The painless world isn't relaxed. It is covered in sensors and slightly afraid of every bruise. People no longer fear pain. They fear whatever pain would have noticed first. Another morning arrives. There is blood on your pillow again, less than before. Your tongue finds a fresh bite beside the old one. You rinse your mouth and study the wound in the mirror. It will probably heal. It doesn't look serious. Still, you stand there for a while. The old version of you would have woken the instant your teeth broke the skin. You would have cursed, shifted your jaw, and gone back to sleep annoyed. The pain would have ruined a few seconds of your night. It also would have stopped the bite. Pain was never proof that your body had failed. Most of the time, it was your body trying to prevent the next failure. A painless life still has burns, broken bones, and things going wrong in the dark. You just don't hear them happening. You look at the blood on the pillow, you feel completely fine. That used to be reassuring.